James Styles got badly squeezed as the back of the grid seems to start pulling quick in the front, but nonetheless, Alistair Kelly by John Cooper. There is more problems behind James Styles, who is in the gravel trap, having been sandwiched off the line innocently. Something else has gone wrong, and he is right at the edge of the gravel as well. He's getting out of it, Potter, because he's right at the edge of the stage, so he has at least one of his front wheels hard standing. So the pack all bunched up as they head along Cooper Straight for the first time. So Alistair Kelly leading John Cooper, and looking to the inside was Jamie White, challenging the multicolour car of John Cooper, who gets his elbows out, keeps White behind him. But this is what we were hoping for based on qualifying, which is they're all running in the train and diced very closely. It's also been a good start from one of the Class A cars, which is mixing with the Class D runners. So here comes the pack, and I think it was the first 5 who were covered by less than just over half a second in qualifying. So as you say, Ben, it should be a very close race indeed. So it's Kelly, Cooper, White, Bennett, Robbins, and in the 6th place is the King, who I think is in the free practice session this morning. Tim Bennett's cakes really well, but he's actually challenging White for third as they climb up through it, because he comes the inside line, leaves him under a little bit of pressure from Stuart Robbins, looking outside in the blue and orange 00 car. They all head around Graham Hill Bend with Kevin away. That gets up Graham Hill Bend is John Cooper, and once more it opens the door to Jamie White, and this time White is determined to go for it. But he gets that, he's got the right-hander of McLaren, so he sort of held out wide, and John Cooper hangs on to his place for the moment. But as you say, he's slow out of Graham Hill Bend by relatively compared with number 45 Jamie White, and that's giving Jamie White the chance on the first 2 laps. But as they come through to complete this second lap, Kelly leads. Alistair Kelly begins to pull away, is down over half a second clear of John Cooper. So Jamie White behind him. See Bennett's been rather looking down to 6th place, but he lost out to Robbins to clear away Jessica King, who's now well along the gravel straight. Nonetheless, he comes to the Class A. Meanwhile, Kelly, with defensive evidence of John Cooper, is just up to 7 seconds. But if you come down with them this time, looks to me as though John Cooper got Graham Hill Bend right. So third time, not so much lucky, third time doing the job properly. And that hasn't given Jamie White a chance to challenge him going into 30. And it means that Jamie White is taking a swooping line through clearways, which always seems to work better in theory than it does in practice, because it actually gives John Cooper the chance to run along and challenge now Alistair Kelly as they head towards Paddock Hill Bend. Is Cooper close enough to pull the pin? No, he's not. Not quite, but he's getting that way. The way is being capped down to the quarter. John Cooper sets the new fastest lap. That was next to the lap of John Cooper. Kelly. But now he looks at his mirrors and he sees the blue car of Jamie White right up behind him. Well, he was going into the corner, going out of the customer later. They come down Graham Hill. White looks to challenge as later the station. Just as a reminder, coming out of Graham Hill Bend, and it buys him the arms he needs on the Cooper Straight, so that he can start to hustle Kelly as they head towards clearways. So I think John Cooper's now got the hang of Graham Hill Bend, hasn't he? So it's 3 for the lead is back. So the 3 have bunched up. Now Kelly's still leading. The order remains the same, but it's Kelly, Cooper and White still in that order, and not that far behind them is 00 Stuart Robbins. Cooper even closer to Kelly this time around. This time John Cooper almost able to make the move. And it's Jamie White who's now set the fastest lap on time. But I reckon they're being caught then, aren't they, by Stuart Robbins? I think they are, particularly thinking nicely. So now Jamie White challenges John Cooper in this square. Exercise a degree of discretion, because if White scoots his head, he's going to allow Kelly to run off into the distance, which is exactly what's actually happened through Druids on this occasion. Yeah, so the gaps fluctuate depending on the bumps pushing them on, don't they? So, yes, I have a warning for fires of 50, not respecting the track limits. That's number 50 Penelope Jones. And again, the Cooper Straight and then through 30s and clearways seems to really play in straight of John Cooper. He gets ever closer to Master Kelly as they hurtle along the gravel straight. I agree in that Robbins is definitely easing towards this leading group as well. Kellett responds to turns up a little on the leader one. And now, Edward may be trying to teach clear ways. Instead he's just going to follow through, take the racing line, and then look to challenge.
Picture of a Spitfire on that blue car I was in on.
Cooper has been strongest throughout the course of the race, but he needs to be a little bit closer than this if he's going to be able to draw alongside on the brakes. So coming to the end of lap 6 in this 20-minute race, in terms of time, just under 40 minutes of the race. He definitely looks at the inside line as they go into Paddock Hill Bend, but he was too far back again, Ben, wasn't he? Half the car there nearer before they go into the gantry. Meanwhile, Sid Bennett is busy defending from Jack Newell, pair of them through Paddock Hill Lane. Welcome and serve with them. And meanwhile, also Jamie White is getting closer to John Cooper. Lovely battle this, isn't it? Because they're really enjoying the to and fro. Now for Jamie White, he's also got a window of opportunity, which is an attack that wants to slow them down and bring Robin to the fight as well. I think Robin is coming into the fight. These are a little bit closer as they go through McLaren and now clear ways into Clark Curve. And White has actually got the best run coming out of Clark Curve, but in a straight line, Cooper just seems to have just that little bit more, but he's not close enough to Kelly to challenge him. New fastest lap to Jamie White is another 57.591 now, pole position at Kelly 57.2. Up towards Druitt and Cooper, thought about there being half a gap to the inside line, and Jamie White took the inside up to the outside. Right, they're coming up to that, some of the slower cars. First to see has lost quite a lot of ground, I think, from the start of the race. Yes, started on the got a problem with his car, so he started 30. And one of the old cars also requires to be lapped. And so it's going to be quite hectic as they get into Paddock Hill Bend this time, isn't it? Coming to the complete lap 8. Jessica King set the fastest lap last time around, incidentally. And that was in clear air too. That was actually well judged by all of them. They called the track with just the right point of the circuit. Unlike Robbins, who go around the outside of both time markers midway through Hammond. Now Jamie White right up on the tail of John Cooper as they head into Druitt's. And the fastest lap again set by Jessica King that time around, so she gets into a stride and turns along the lead four cars. Yeah, now she's going to close down that ground done. Now the end of the race, she's 2.7 seconds off the lead. Very light leg, she gets to be exactly her habit time, but takes that hard flick of the race. Well, that's courtesy. It's common decent courtesy. The last couple of laps as well, Jamie White has been a little bit quicker than John Cooper through Clark Curve. It's rewarding him now with the double toe along the Bradford Straight as Cooper once more closes up to Kellett. I'll be very interested to see if Alistair Kellett post-race feels he was a little bit down in the straight line today. And there's the well again, Jamie White very close to John Cooper up into Druitt's. That does, it just forces Cooper to take the inside line. It buys Alistair Kellett no more than 2 tenths of a second, but it needs enough one to around the end of the lap. Yeah, you don't feel hopefully, but it's have a light touch as well as he goes into Granville Bend. But Jessica King certainly closing up on 4th place to Stuart Robbins. Still over a second back. We're only a half race distance as well. Oh, and now White's got the overlap on Cooper. This is the closest Jamie White has been to John Cooper, and Cooper tries to shut the door, which he can't do because Jamie White is exactly in the piece of asphalt that he wants to cover. And White is going to have to hold his ground here, so will Cooper. Battle of the brakes into Paddock Hill Bend. Blue car of White to the inside, brakes late, and is able to just about secure seconds. Yes, I think John Cooper realised there came a moment when if he carried on, there's going to be contact, so then he's back out of it. Try and retrieve the pace. He's just lost impact to the next corner. He goes on the inside, back into second place, gets through it. So, there's a bit of contact, wasn't there? They can handle the corner. I think that John Cooper was across in front of them. They came to the pace. Got in front of Jamie White, maybe just a little bit preemptive in shutting that door. Look how much closer now to Roy. And how much further away in the lead of the race up to Kellett is. Yes. That was most bizarre, wasn't it, for Jamie White? going home at the start of this 11th lap, 0.786 per second. Now, still being pursued by John Cooper, it's 1.7 seconds. And Alistair Kelly has picked a very good moment to set his personal best lap of the race as well. Just to build a little bit of a buffer as they head through. Drew is now running very wide there. John Cooper, I just wonder when he made that contact with Jamie White, he was just looking out the filter. Yeah, very wide there. Pace, hasn't it? Yes. But he's dropping ever further back. So what was early on a race between 3 cars in first place is going to become a race between 4 cars in second place. Right, as Robbins is certainly with them. Jessica King, despite all her pace, hasn't quite yet been able to bridge that gap. As again, Cooper just a little bit offline coming through Clark Curve, and it gives Jamie White the chance to challenge from bottom of the Bradford Straight. Well, we see how fast it is. I mean, Alistair's lead is now becoming almost impregnable. He's got a 2.3 second lead over John Cooper. As Jamie White snapping at his tailgate. King not able to close the gap down to Stuart Robbins that much in the last couple of laps, so she's still 5th. And what's interesting is that John Cooper, despite the wide variation in racing line, to defend from Jamie White, he's not slowing down to such an extent. Just behind, we've got a battle for the leadership of the class. Class A, this is, between Tim Bennett, number 60, who had that demon start. Got that right in lane. Number 60 out of there. So 60 and 60 contesting Class A. Yeah, that's interesting because Tim Bennett, having started the race so well, is now being caught quite quickly. The scrap for second place has spread itself out a bit as John Cooper has just set the fastest lap of the race. 7.3. 6 tenths quicker now after Kelly, and the yo-yo comes back to close the gap from first to second. Keep an eye on this Class A battle. First of all, we've got well, tail end of 55 furlong going through. Then there they are, and it is still 16 in front, still Tim Bennett ahead of Adam Lynch. It's a real pity really that Wilson James style as a competitive proposition in the race on the first lap, because he is close enough to that as well. Crossing his way through the checkered flag. Class A knows the tail bursting now. Yeah, Tim Bennett have to fight the rear guard action, as mounts to Kelly here, because he has seen his lead shot down by another 4 tenths of a second over the course of the last lap. The back on himself, John Cooper through Huddersfield Bend. He's got another spur car with the pair of them climbing Tailwood Hill. Or has he? Because Cooper thought about trying to clear both cars in one bite. As it is, he wouldn't be able to do that. Built a little bit of a buffer over Jamie White into the bargain. Well, he's got that buffer, but the buffer that Kelly's had is rapidly disappearing, isn't it? So we're getting back down to about 8 or 9 laps ago. That's 15 right now. Not about the battle for the lead of Class A, still as it was, so Bennett could be through his, because Cooper got so much to play with, so there's plenty of duty for him to get even closer to Kelly, and what's more to start asking all the right questions. Class A, meanwhile, just comes out of Graham Hill Bend, a little bit closer there, Benetovich. They've got the lap rear for longer as well, which they manage drama. Gavin first to second came down by a whole second on that last lap. That was over 2 seconds, but not that long ago, but now it's almost nothing. And yeah, they're clear of the back markers, Ben, aren't they now? So I think we'll see that also going back to the picture will be Jamie White. And again, Alistair Kelly flashing his hazard light as he turned through Graham Hill Bend. Just trying something to distract the man behind him. But it's not working because the man behind him is getting ever closer. Well, then he talked to the driving seaters, trying to turn the headlights on with distraction. They come along the Bramble Straight now as John Cooper again in the tow and just running behind Kelly. Closes up, but he's not close enough to challenge, and he knows that on this occasion he sets the fastest lap of the race. clear again. Robin's in fourth, and Robin's still able to maintain that button to Jessica Keener in fifth. There's the second line on stage. But things could still change for the lead, and they certainly might change for Class A leadership, because now Lynch is right with Tim Bennett, and this is definitely through Abigail Bent, and it was Adam Lynch who was almost able to challenge on the brakes towards Alec. Looking Collins with a pair of them midway through Druids. Still on the way, leader over the line, I think that 18. That is going to give John Cook your news to show them. You know, you can see on the gantry the race clock ticking down. Exactly how many seconds are left in the race. So Cooper is rehearsing something, or has got a plan to match. So we can release it now. Here comes Adam Lynch, who's got a superb run on Tim Bennett once more along the Bradford Straight. It's the blue car with the white stripes to Tim Bennett, Lynch the blue car with the red spoilers, and it looks to the outside line of Alec Gilbert. Tim Bennett has once more positioned himself perfectly, and Lynch can't find the way through. Refuses to be lynched. Very good. Right, here come the leaders in traffic. But the traffic is down to the right hand side of the track, so down the middle of the track. And is John Cooper, and Jamie White's pursuit, I think, is now fading a little. And particularly as the race leaders who really gained and things through first Macquarie, Adam Lynch, Tim Bennett, again very, very close as they turn into clearways. Tim Bennett just doing everything he needs to for the time being as counter Graham and Ben, the race leaders, again not quite no still, just a car in between them. And those Class A leading cars having their battle are as close as the leader, or closer. Closer indeed now, yes. So going to Abigail there. Start their last lap, their 21st lap. The moment will be the two leaders coming out of Clark Curve. A very intense race this one for the Quaife Fiesta Championship. If he does hold on to the victory, it'll be a very nice way to take the time. Quite forced the error with Kelly, or indeed might have denied himself to take the opportunity. It also, should be said, been a very good race from the driving point of view, driving standards point of view, with nothing in the way of going over the curbs, and only one car having a problem in the first corner. Ahead of ourselves on the timetable. Adam Lynch really going to go for it this time. He goes to the outside as they go to Panicle Bend as they start their last lap. Right alongside Tim Bennett. Now he goes for the switch back, and he's played this very well, Adam Lynch, and he's got the inside line as they climb towards Druids, and Lynch is going to snatch the class lead as the leaders come up to the checkered flag. So the win goes to Kelly from John Cooper. They've followed across the line nose to tail. Meanwhile, they're side by side. The Class A coming down into Graham Hill Bend. And yes, Adam Lynch has got ahead. And he holds on though from Tim Bennett. Bennett in pursuit of half a lap to play with. It's the two blue cars turning into 30s now.
Time's 11:50 AM.
Lynch has got through. He's actually been able to pull clear of Tim Bennett. Whenever Tim Bennett has a problem with the car, because it's that decent start you mentioned, but now not only has he not has he dropped back from the other cars in the other class, but he's also lost the class lead. So Class A is won by taking it on the last lap. Adam Lynch from Tim Bennett. They crossed the line in 7th and 8th places.